So welcome everybody. We're going to start laying down on our backs today. So you can come to lay down however feels most comfortable for you. If you want a little pillow under your head, you can place your blanket or towel under your head. And no real instructions for the arms and legs. Just find however your body wants to settle into your mat right now. And take a deep breath in once you're there through the nose. On your exhale, open the mouth, let the breath fall out. Another deep breath in through the nose, fill the lungs. On your exhale, open your mouth, let the breath fall out. If it feels nice, you can let out a little sighing sound or an ah sound. Do that a couple more times as you just feel your body starting to settle onto your mat. Legs can be straight or bent. Hands can be away from your body or even resting on your lower belly or maybe even on your heart. Just feeling into what you are wanting and needing at this time. And after your next exhale through your mouth, we're going to just continue to breathe in and out through the nose. And as we take this time to settle into our mat, just feel all the bones of your body nice and heavy. Feel your head relaxing down into the mat. Feel the bones in your arms and legs and torso get really heavy, like they're sinking down into the mat. And then bring your hands onto your lower belly and just feel your body breathing itself. With each inhale, feel how your belly rises up just a little bit. And with each exhale, notice how your belly falls and draws in towards the spine. And with each breath, imagine that each breath is helping you to settle even more into your mat and into this moment in time. And so what I mean by that is if your mind is really busy right now, if there are a lot of thoughts coming through, with each exhale, imagine that the exhale is bringing you into awareness of how your body is feeling, any sounds that you can hear, any smells, any sensations. Just take in whatever you can sense through your 5 senses. Like you're really becoming aware of your surroundings outside of you, and also noticing whatever is here inside of you. Just observing, welcoming everything that shows up, whether it's a sound or an emotion or a sensation Just observing and creating space for that to happen. So there's no judgment. We're just noticing right now. And just feel the touch of your hands on your lower belly. Feel how your belly rises and falls with the breath. And notice as you inhale, the belly presses the hands up. And so your hands rise up a little bit. And very gently deepen the breath so that as you inhale, the belly expands a little bit more and the hands rise up just a little bit more. And as you exhale, your belly draws in towards the spine. So you're actually engaging your abdominal muscles. And just take a few more deep belly breaths just like this. Oftentimes throughout the day when we're busy or if we get stressed out, our breath becomes really shallow and it's just the chest that rises and falls. And so we want to bring that breath down into the belly, really feeling it expand and contract. It's a more efficient way of breathing. There's more oxygen exchange, more nutrients when we breathe in this way. And it's also deeply calming and at the same time energizing for you. So take a few more belly breaths just like this, letting it feel easeful. Okay, if it ever starts to feel stressed or strained, then just back off a little bit. Soften your eyes, relax your jaw. And keep your right hand on the belly, bring your left hand over the heart. And just feeling the quality of touch that you offer yourself here as we begin our practice. Connecting to our bodies, connecting to our breath, connecting to our hearts. Noticing how it feels just to give yourself this time, just to give attention to yourself. If you have a family or if you're always taking care of other people, we can sometimes forget to really give that same amount of care and love to ourselves. So just feel into this caring that you have for yourself right now. Good. Take one more breath in. One more breath out. Try to keep this very deep, soothing breath throughout our practice today. And on your inhale, we'll just release the hands and take a big stretch. So reach your arms up, stretch your legs, point your toes. You're still laying down on your back. And then as you exhale, we're going to bend the knees and bring the knees into the chest and hug them in towards your belly and gently rock side to side. Good. And then come back to center. And on your next inhale, we'll take another big stretch. So reach your arms up, stretch the legs, point the toes. If you have something under your head, you can slide it out now. And then as you exhale, just bring the left knee in towards your chest and hug the knee in with your hands. And pull the knee gently towards you, compressing the belly. And then inhale, reach your arms up, stretch the legs. Deep breath. Exhale, draw the right knee in. And then again, deep breath in, stretch the legs. This time, instead of pointing the toes, flex the toes, press through the heels, and then flex the hands so your palms are facing up and away from you as if you were doing a handstand. So hands and feet are flexed. Just feel the backs of your legs wake up. Feel the arms wake up, all the muscles. And then as you exhale, draw the left knee into the chest. Hug the knee in. And then one more time. Inhale, reach the arms up. Flex the hands, flex the feet. Like you're doing a handstand. Palms are reaching away from you. Deep breath in. And exhale, draw the right knee into the chest. Good. And then from here, we're going to draw both knees into the chest. Use your hands to separate the knees. Okay, feel a little stretch in your hips here. And then flex your feet and take your hands behind the hamstrings and face your feet up towards the ceiling. So happy baby pose. You can stay here. If you want a little bit more, you can reach for your ankles or bottoms of the feet if you can comfortably reach. Okay, if you can't comfortably reach, then just hold behind your thighs. And then let your body settle here. So draw your tailbone down towards the spine, or down towards the floor, excuse me. And then tuck the chin slightly so the back of your neck feels really long. Take a deep breath in. Feel your belly expand. Take a deep breath out. Feel your belly draw in. Okay, you can rock a bit side to side here if you want. Noticing whatever sensations arise in your hips, in your legs, in your spine. One more deep breath in. So really bring that belly breath. Inhaling, the belly expands. Exhale, the belly draws in. Good. And then from here, we're going to bring the legs together, bend the knees, and we're going to roll onto our left side. If you have a blanket or towel, you can just place it under your head to bring your head a little bit more in line with your spine. And we're going to come into a twist, a spinal twist here. So knees are bent and kind of stacked on top of each other like this, and the feet are flexed, shins parallel to the edge of the mat. And bring the palms out away from you on top of each other like this. Okay, so one arm on top of the other. And as you inhale, we're going to draw the right shoulder back and then reach the arm up towards the ceiling, and then just let it fall back as much as is comfortable. So it might come a little bit back, it might come all the way down to the floor. Just find what feels good for you. Okay, and then try to keep the legs stacked on top of each other if you can. But if that feels uncomfortable, you can let the knees come a little bit apart. And then as you inhale, we're going to come back. So reach that arm back up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, float it down on top of the left. Okay, we're going to do that a few times. So inhale, float the arm up. Imagine that you're moving through water. Exhale, draw the arm back as much as is comfortable. Feel that stretch in the spine, opening the heart, the chest. Inhale, reach the arm back up like it's floating up very gently. And exhale, it's floating back down. Good. Do that 2 more times on your own. You can imagine that your arm is like a piece of algae in the sea, and it's just floating. So there's a sort of fluidity and softness to your movement. One more time. This time we're going to hold in the twist. So when you let the arm come back, just settle your body so that you can relax into this twist, okay? So if you want a deeper twist, you're going to slide your left shoulder blade a little more to the left and let the right shoulder blade come closer to the floor. And you can also play with reaching the arm up at a diagonal, that back arm, to deepen the stretch. So feel free to just explore this posture here, reaching the right arm perhaps a little bit more up at a diagonal. And then really bring the breath here. So even within the twist, let's practice the Ujjayi breath and belly breathing. So as you inhale, feel your belly expand. And then as you exhale, feel your belly draw in. Okay, let's take 3 more. Focus on really allowing that belly to get big and full. And as we're doing this, constrict the back of your throat as you're breathing, as if you were sighing, except your mouth is closed. So it sounds kind of like this, but it's quieter because your mouth is closed. This is Ujjayi breathing, when we're pursing the back of the throat to slow the air in and out of the body. It also helps us just to tune in and to be a little bit more present in what we're doing. We'll take 1 more breath here. Listening to that quiet sound of your breath. Good. Exhale, belly draws in. Soften your eyes, soften your jaw. And then as you inhale, let's float the arm back up. Oh, and down. Okay, let's come onto our backs. Just take a moment to pause in the middle and just feel the difference on each side. And then let's try the other side. So roll onto your right. Knees are bent, stacked on top of each other. Shins parallel to the long edge of the mat and feet flexed, gently flexed. Okay. So left arm stacks over the right. And then as you inhale, the left arm floats up, up, up to the ceiling and then gently floats back behind you. Notice when your body resists. Notice when it starts to slow down and just respect that. Don't force anything that you're not ready for. And then on your inhale, the arm floats back up like a piece of algae or like a jellyfish, and then down towards the right hand. Okay, find your rhythm here. Let's do 3 more. We'll hold the last one, moving with your breath. So inhale brings your arm up. Exhale brings it back behind you. Inhale brings the arm back up. Exhale brings it down. And you can follow your hand with your gaze. So it's like a moving drishti, a point of focus for your eyes. It helps you to just focus on what we're doing right now. So notice how it is to just follow your fingertips with your gaze. Okay, and on that last one, you can hold and find a comfortable place for your head. So if it feels good to turn your head to the left, you can do it. Otherwise, you can look to the ceiling or even look to the right. If you want a little more, slide that right shoulder blade a little bit more to the right. left shoulder blade comes towards the mat. All right, let's bring that belly breath, constricting the back of your throat, to also engage ujjayi breath. So we're doing kind of combining two things here. So inhale, belly expands. Exhale, belly draws in. Keep breathing. You can close your eyes or just find one point to gaze at softly. And imagine that the breath is going through all the entire body. So not just into the belly, but the breath is permeating into the chest, the arms, the legs, the toes, the fingers, the head. And the energy of the breath reaches and permeates the whole body. Let's take one more. Good. And on your inhale, let's reach the arm back up, floating up nice and gently. And then exhale, back down. Okay. And then we'll roll onto our backs again. Ooh. Okay. And let's pull the knees into the chest and just rock the knees gently side to side. Okay, if you have something under your head, you can slide it out from under you now. And then take your hands on top of your kneecaps, fingers pointing towards the toes. And as you inhale, just press your knees away from you so your arms straighten. Keep your hands on your knees. Belly expands. Exhale, belly draws in, and the knees pull in towards you. So really super simple movement here. Inhale, belly expands, press the knees away from you. Ujjayi breathing. Exhale, belly draws in, pull the knees towards you. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Focus on the breath, especially when it's a really simple movement. 1 more time. Inhale. And exhale. Good. From here, extend the legs up to the ceiling. Flex the feet. Take your hands behind the hamstrings, and your legs can come about hip width apart. So flex the feet and just feel the backs of your legs waking up here. And then bring the left leg so that it's hovering about a foot above the ground, and press through the ball of that left foot. Okay, so I'm kind of pulling my toes back on the left foot, and I'm pressing through the ball of the left foot. Okay, it's going to really activate this left leg and keep it strong. And then as you exhale, bring the hands behind the right hamstring. Tuck your chin, and then roll up so that you're bringing your forehead towards the kneecap. And you're going to feel your belly, your abdominals really waking up here. And then if you want a little bit more, slide your hands closer towards the ankle and maybe pull the leg just a little closer. You can keep the top leg bent as much as you need to. Keep breathing here. Exhale, let's take one more breath. Try to get your shoulder blades off the floor, really waking up the core. 1 more breath in. Keep your chin tucked. Lift as high as you comfortably can. Good. And then exhale, lower the head and just bring the knees back into the chest. Relax the back of the head into the floor. Deep belly breath in. And exhale out. Bring the hands behind the hamstrings again. Flex the feet and press the heels towards the ceiling. Feet are hip width apart. And then point through the ball of the right foot and then lower that leg So it's hovering about a foot above the ground. And really actively press through the ball of that right foot. If you had Barbies when you were little, it's kind of like Barbie feet, how they're permanently like in the shape of a high heel shoe. So that's what you want with that right leg. As you exhale, draw the belly in, tuck the chin, and roll your forehead towards the kneecap. Try to stay really active in this top leg and breathe here. So notice if you're clenching your jaw and tightening your eyes and your eyebrows, and just soften your eyebrows. Turn the corners of your mouth up just a little bit and soften your face. Breathe. If you want more, slide the hands towards the ankles. Let's take 2 more. Inhaling. Waking up the core. Exhale. 1 more breath. Shoulder blades are lifted off the mat. 1 more inhale. You've got this. Good. Exhale, rolling back down. Bend the knees. Oh, bring the knees into the chest and rock gently side to side. Beautiful. Okay. Let's take a deep breath. Just relax here in the center with your knees into the chest. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Big sigh through your mouth. All right. Release the legs. Let's roll onto the left side and then come up onto hands and knees. Ooh. So this is where you can put your blanket or towel underneath your knees if you want a little bit of padding. Okay. And come on to the hands and knees. And we're going to keep the toes tucked for right now. So hands and feet are hip width apart. Spread your fingers really wide. Middle fingers straight forward. Okay, so if you look at your hands, they should look like asterisks. And then as you inhale, we'll arch the spine, look up to the ceiling. Exhale to round the spine, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone. This is called cat-cow. Inhale. Ujjayi breath, so constricting the back of that throat. Exhale, round and tuck. Pull the belly button up. Press your hands into the floor. Let's do a couple more here. Find your own rhythm. Move with your breath. And after your last exhale, we're going to inhale back into tabletop. We're going to step the left foot forward and bend the left knee. So the knee comes over the ankle like this, and then drop your hips, untuck the back toes, Drop your hips until you feel that stretch in the front of the right hip. And then you can very gently just rock a little bit side to side just to feel into the right hip flexor. If that is uncomfortable for your knee, then then you don't have to rock side to side. Okay, but the blanket will help, the towel will help with that. Breathing in. Breathing out, just feeling into those hips. Okay. And then come back to stillness. Extend the front leg as much as is comfortable. Doesn't have to be all the way straight. Mine is not straight. And just draw your hips back as much as is comfortable. Once you can't pull them back anymore, if you want more, flex the left foot and pull the toes towards you. Okay. If it's hard to reach the floor, if you have yoga blocks, this is where you could put your hands on yoga blocks. Otherwise, you can come onto your fingertips like I'm doing here. And as you inhale, lengthen the spine, draw the chest forward. As you exhale, round your back, tuck your chin, and relax the head. Let's just feel into the left calf, the left hamstring, into the back of the neck and the spine. Okay. Breathing in, feeling your body. Breathing out, belly's drawing in. If you want a little bit more, draw the right hip forward, draw the left hip back. One more breath here. Good. And then from here, we'll flatten that foot, bring the left leg back, and we'll switch it out. So right leg comes forward, bend the knee, drop the hips, and feel into the left hip flexor. Gently rock side to side if you want a little bit more. So just exploring into the sensation, into your left hip flexor. It might feel a lot different than that first hip. And then come back to stillness. And we'll extend the front leg as much as is comfortable, drawing the hip back. And if you want more, flex the foot, draw the toes towards you, and maybe drag the heel back a little bit to deepen the stretch here. Okay, so right hip draws back, left hip draws forward. Deep breath in, lengthen the spine. Exhale, gently fold. Relax the head. Breathe deeply here. So really noticing whatever sensations are arising in your body and just observing them, just being with what's coming up. Keeping your attention within your body. If your mind starts to wander off to other thoughts, just notice that happens and then see if you can come back to just feeling your body and feeling your breath. One more belly breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Good. And then from here, we'll bend the front knee, flatten the foot, and then we'll bring that leg back. Keep the toes, let's tuck the toes and just sit back on the heels for a moment. If this doesn't feel comfortable, you can just untuck your toes and sit on the heels, okay? Or just sit cross-legged if that feels better for you. I'm gonna sit on my heels and take a little stretch here for the arms and shoulders. So try to keep the shoulders right over those hip bones. Long spine, crown of the head is lifting up to the ceiling. Just breathe in, feel that stretch in the bottoms of your feet, behind your toes, gazing at one point. And then on your next inhale, we'll sweep the right arm up to the ceiling. And then exhale, press that right hand into the back of the shoulder or wherever you can reach. Okay, it's okay if it doesn't reach all the way back. You can even bring it behind maybe the head or the neck. And then with the left hand, you're going to reach over your head for the elbow and then draw the right elbow closer to your midline. Try to keep your spine nice and tall and relax your head back into your arms. Okay, so you don't want the head dropping forward like this and you don't want to round the spine. Try to keep that length in the spine, nestling the head back into your arms and just feeling the stretch, especially down the right upper arm and shoulder. Take 2 more Ujjayi breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Draw the shoulders down, away from the ears. One more breath in. And out. Gently release the arms and just let them drop. Pause for a moment. Maybe you'll feel a little tingling. I can definitely feel some tingling in my right arm. And then we'll try the other side. So inhale, left arm reaches up, bend the elbow and place the hand wherever it can reach. Right arm reaches up and over the head and use it to pull the left elbow towards your midline. So you're stretching kind of that outer left arm. You might feel this in other areas as well. So nestle the head back into the arms. Keep the spine long. Deep breath in. Exhale out. Keep your eyes focused on one point. Breathing here. And exhale out. Okay, gently release the arms and just let them hang for a moment. Feel everything settle back. And then exhale, walk your hands forward, and we're going to come into downward facing dog. So just stretch it back, lift the hips up, bring your head between your arms. Your body's coming into this triangular shape, like an upside down V. And feel free to just kind of walk the legs out, maybe bend one knee, bend the other knee. Find a nice big stretch down the spine. So spread your fingers here and stretch your mat away from your feet. Okay, it's probably not actually going to stretch, but you want that feeling of kind of pressing your hands into the mat, like you're stretching the mat away from your feet. And you'll really feel a little more length in your spine and in your arms. Okay, knees can be a little bent if they need to be. Oh, let's just take a couple breaths here. Broaden your shoulder blades on your back. And you do that by bending the elbows slightly and bringing the elbows towards each other. You'll feel your shoulder blades flatten on your back. Take one more breath. Good. Exhale, shift your weight to the left foot. Bring the right leg up and back. Big stretch up, and then bend the right knee. Stack the right hip over the left. Just for a moment, nice big hip stretch here. And then square the hips, step that right leg through between the hands. Find your balance and then come into crescent lunge. So crescent lunge is simply when we reach the arms forward and up, bend the front knee about 90 degrees, press the left heel back, okay? So hug your inner thighs towards each other. Breathe. Focus your eyes on one point. Exhale. Okay. We're going to add in a little more opening for the shoulders. So interlace your fingers and place your hands behind the base of your skull. Lean your head back into the hands and just lift the heart. One more breath here. You've got this. Inhale. Lift the heart, hug those inner thighs together. Strong lower body. And exhale, hold. And release. Bring the hands to the floor, downward facing dog. Relax the head. Find your breath. Feel your body. Shift the weight to the right foot. Bring the left leg up and back. Bend the knee and stack the left hip over the right. Open that hip. Right heel presses down. Breathe. Exhale. Square the hips. Step the leg through. Crescent lunge. So find that balance. When your feet are steady, when your lower body's steady, then you come up. Okay, don't rush that process. You don't want to come up if your foundation feels shaky. So just adjust and then come up. Okay. So left knee, 90 degrees about in that bend. Right heel presses back. And then interlace your fingers. Hands behind the base of the skull. Open the heart towards the ceiling. Open the elbows. Focus your eyes on one point. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Beautiful. Release the hands. Bring them down. And last downward facing dog. Let's take a deep lion's breath here. So on the exhale, you're just going to open your mouth wide, stick out the tongue, and roll the eyes back. Inhale. And exhale. Lower the knees to the floor. separate the knees, big toes touch, and just come into child's pose. Draw the hips back, extend the arms forward, and bring the forehead towards the mat. If it doesn't touch the mat, just stack your fists like this and place your forehead on your fists. Come back to your body, to your breathing. If you have wandered off somewhere in your thoughts, that's okay. It happens. But now just bring attention back to your breath. Inhale, feel your belly expand between your thighs. Exhale, feel your belly draw in. Inhale, belly expands. Exhale, belly draws in. And inhale. And exhale. Slowly come back up onto hands and knees. We're going to slide the towel out from under us. Come down onto your belly. And let's finish with Sphinx pose. Nice gentle back bend. Elbows are underneath the shoulders. Forearms parallel. Fingers spread wide. Okay, so just feel into your alignment. You can look at your elbows, make sure they're somewhat underneath your shoulders. And then point the toes back. The feet can be comfortably apart, maybe about hip width or so. And just feel your hands kind of sinking into the mat like you're making imprints in your mat. And then draw your chest forward and imagine you're dragging your hands towards your body. So it's going to create a little bit more of an arch in the spine and really open the chest, the shoulders, and just find a point to gaze at out in front of you. And bring the breath here. You can imagine that you are like a sphinx in the desert. This is the same shape we're taking with our bodies. Notice how this pose feels, where you're feeling it, and also how it feels energetically. Does it feel relaxing? Does it feel stimulating or energizing? So every pose that we do has a purpose or several purposes. So what are you getting from this pose? One more breath here. Good. And then gently, we're going to release and just roll over onto our backs. And once you're on your back, we'll bring the knees in one last time. So pull the knees into the chest. Rock gently side to side. And let's come into happy baby one more time. So separate your knees, flex the feet, and hold either behind your thighs or maybe ankles or feet. Bringing the knees apart as much as comfortable. Feet are facing the ceiling, tailbone drawing down. Snuggle the back of the head into the floor. Chin slightly tucked. Breathe in. Breathe out. Again, feeling that belly breath. Inhale, belly expands. Exhale, belly draws in. Feel all the muscles in your face begin to soften. Feel your body breathing freely. Feel yourself beginning to settle. One more breath. And then bring the legs together. Wrap your arms around the legs. Squeeze, tuck the chin, squeeze into a little ball. Hug yourself. Tighten everything up in your face. Tighten the whole body. And then stretch the face, stick out the tongue, roll the eyes back. And release. Come down into your final relaxation pose of Shavasana. In Shavasana, we are laying on our backs with the legs straight. The feet are about mat width apart, toes to the sides. Hands comfortably away from the body, palms up. If that doesn't feel comfortable, you can always bend your knees, feet apart, knees together, or even roll onto your side in a fetal position if you are not comfortable on your back. So let's take a deep breath together, in through the nose, out through the mouth. You can sigh the breath out, make a little sound. Inhale. Long exhale. And just allowing yourself this time to rest. Feeling the belly rise and fall with the breath. Feeling your body release into the mat, knowing that you are held and supported by the ground beneath you. We'll rest here, and I'll let you know when it's time to come out in a couple minutes by ringing a bell 3 times. Ease. Begin to deepen the breath. Once again, feeling the belly rise and fall. Place your hands on the lower belly and just feeling this connection to the body, to the breath. Keep your right hand on your belly. Place the left hand over the heart, feeling into the heart space. Feeling this quality of touch that you offer yourself. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. On your inhale, find a big stretch. Reach your arms up. Stretch the legs, point the toes, activating, waking up the whole body. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And then exhale, roll onto your right side. Just pause there for a moment. Take a breath. And then when you're ready, come up to a comfortable seated position. Sitting tall. And just pausing once you're there. And just noticing how you feel after your practice. It's any different than when we first started today? Any effects of your practice? Bring your hands together at the heart. And let's finish with our blessing. You can repeat out loud or in your mind. May I be healthy. May I be happy. May I be free from suffering. May I be at peace. And now, sending out the same things that we wish for ourselves to all other beings. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be happy. May all beings be free from suffering. May all beings be at peace. Thank you for sharing your practice. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Namaste.